everybody, Miss Montana DeLeon here with another car vlog, and it's about these emails that I'm getting, and I get about 20 to 35 emails a day. Every day I wake up, and more throughout the day, but half of them are junk mail, and the other half of them are relationship issues, self-love issues, or something like that. One of the main questions I've been getting that really, it's a generalization actually. People are always like, and it really gets on my nerves, they'll give me their whole rundown, their whole issue, and then they'll be like, well, what do you think that means? What do you think he means by that? Why do you think he does this? Why do you think he this? Why do you think he that? Why do you think he, what is he thinking? What does he mean? My answer to you is this: why don't you ask him? And I get very few guys doing the same thing. Like, what you think she's doing? What you think? Open your mouth and ask her. If you were in a relationship and you have concerns about your relationship or questions about your relationship, the only other person that would know about these issues or how to solve the problem in your relationship is the person you're in a relationship with. So the person that you need to be asking, first and foremost, is your mate. Oh my God, why is he like all of a sudden ignoring me? I'll respond back, did you ask him? No, but he's doing this and he's doing that, and then all of a sudden he started ignoring me. Well, maybe you should ask him. How about that? How about you try that? It's very simple, it's very easy, and you just might get an answer. It might end up with an argument or whatever, but you might get some kind of response, a little open up, you know, you have something to go off of. Your first attempt at fixing a problem in your relationship is going to your mate with that problem. You two are in it together. You two have to work it out. You two have to talk about it. It's your issue together. So you two be the only two that would know the resolution to the problem, because it's only between you two that the problem is coming from. So go to the root of the problem to fix the problem. A lot of times people don't even attempt to go to their mate with their problems. And I saw this absolutely amazing, wonderful DVD. It's a Christian-based DVD called Fireproof. Fireproof, and one of the main characters in it is Kirk Cameron. So Google Fireproof, and it's a Christian-based movie about relationships or a specific marriage. And Kirk Cameron, like I said, look for Kirk Cameron in the title, in the character listing for Fireproof. Wonderful movie, made me cry, touched my heart, and it was all about love. Love, communication, and respect for one another. And you know that's what Lovesome is all about. Love and respect. That movie, it was simply, if they would have just communicated their problems to their spouse, a lot of that would not have even went down. A lot of those issues would have not come about unless they just really didn't like each other like that. So first and foremost, go to your mate and express your issues and your problems. Communicate. Communication helps you so much in a marriage. It ain't even funny. If you just open your mouth and say what you want, say how you feel, you don't have to hold that burden on you anymore. You don't have to let this anger build up and these problems build up. So by the time y'all really get down and have a time to argue, you bringing up everything that you were holding and everything that you should have asked as soon as it happened. And you have to bring up issues that you got concerns with or you don't like as soon as they happen. You cannot wait till the person done forgot what they did and you bring it up 5 weeks later, like, what? I did what? What do you mean? I don't understand. You know I didn't. Like, what are you talking about? You have to bring it up right then and there when it's fresh, when it just happened. Nip it in the butt right there. Try and solve the problem right there, or it's going to build up and it's going to explode and it's going to be very, very bad and totally worse than what it would have been if you would have brought it up at that moment in time. So anytime I have a problem with my marriage or anything that my husband does and he don't like it, I bring it right up. I don't give no damn. I'm sorry, but I don't give no damn. I'm going to tell you right then and there. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Blah, 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 blah. That's probably what he hears when I open my mouth. Blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, dude, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm just saying. So what you going to do? We need to nip this in the butt right now. And he's quick. One thing I like about him, he quick to be like, I don't want to talk about this right now. Oh, no. Come up out that corner. Come on, you back it up into a corner. Come about that corner and let's talk about this right now and get past that. I want to do this and get it off with. I don't want to put it off, and I don't want to talk to nobody else about it. I want to talk to you about it. You're my husband. I want to talk to you about it. He don't like to talk about stuff. He like to avoid all confrontation with me. And I'm nowhere near as violent. I mean, I'm not violent at all as I was a year and a half ago. Not violent. I don't be cussing. I don't, like cussing you out and like I was really bad before communication wise. I would cuss you down to like a piece of dirt on my shoe and physically abuse you to get my point across. And if we didn't agree, we were fighting. I'm sorry, that's what it was. But I'm nowhere near that, and I understand why he don't want to, go back and forth with me and talk about these issues or resolve these issues. I don't know. I think he's still expecting me to be the old me, and he's still getting used to the new me. So, he don't like to talk about any problems and issues. He like, fairy tale, everything perfect, everything fine, no problem, 100 problems. I like to talk about issues when they come up. So, I'm going to address this issue if I have a problem with you. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm finna call a marriage counselor. He did that. No. Babe, check this out, right? This is what you did. I didn't like it. That's how it's going to go down, or what you going to do? I want to talk about it right then and there. Make time. Make 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 5 minutes, whatever time you need to talk about it. Make that time for your relationship, because it's going to help you have a better, smooth type of relationship with your mate in the future. You start nipping little problems in the bud now, letting them know how you feel about certain things. Don't hold nothing back. Go to them first and foremost. If you have the kind of mate that don't want to talk about anything and they're constantly pushing stuff aside, you're constantly miserable because this problem keeps presenting itself, or this problem is eating you up on the inside, that may be a recipe for failure. If you have no way to fix a problem, go to a counselor. Go to a marriage counselor. Go to a non-biased mediator that can help you guys with this problem if he'll sit or she'll sit down long enough to want to work it out. But if you are in a relationship with somebody who does not want to deal with problems head on, don't want to talk about them, want to push them under the rug and, just let it roll off their back, we'll talk about it later, I don't have time for it, but you got time for everything else, that's not going to be a good relationship. It's not going to be a good marriage. Things are never going to get solved. It's going to be eating you up inside. You're going to be miserable. You're going to be wanting to cheat and talk to everybody else but that person. You're going to want to leave that relationship. You're going to want to, because you're going to be miserable in that relationship because nothing is getting solved. You're not getting past anything. You're not progressing. It's going to be a recipe for disaster, I tell you. It's going to be so bad. Trust me, I know. Been there, done that. You cannot avoid problems. You cannot. They're always going to be there. You have to deal with them. You have to. It's a must. It's an absolute must. And you have to deal with them as soon as possible. It's best to deal with them as soon as they come up while they're fresh. As you did the crime, it's time to talk about doing the time. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to bring it up later on where it's like, I don't remember doing that. No, I didn't. I ain't say that. Yes, you did. Bring it up right now. See, this is what happened. You just said da-da-da-da, and that's what it is. Deal with issues right away. Nip them in the butt right away. Try and resolve them right away so y'all can move on with your happy relationship. You don't want stuff lingering. You don't want stuff eating you up inside. You don't want to be miserable every day because problems are not getting solved. You crying, you stressing, and you mad about certain situations. That's not going to be a good relationship. Nobody wants to live life like that. That's not happiness. That's not how, no, that ain't how it works. People are in marriages, miserable marriages, because they think a marriage is a jail. It's like a life sentence. It's not a life sentence as far as like how it's considered bad when you get a life sentence in jail. It's supposed to be a life sentence with your partner. Happiness. To death do you part. But you don't want to be miserable with people. People stay in marriages miserable with people because so many different reasons. Just because it's a marriage, you feel like you got to stay in it and be miserable. No. No one wants to be unhappy. Don't be unhappy in a relationship. Be happy and content single before you be happy, unhappy, and miserable in a relationship. That ain't life. I don't care how long y'all been married. If you unhappy, you miserable every day, that ain't life. It's time to go. Fix it to the point where it's just no fixing, then let it go. Do everything you can to fix it. If it ain't working, let it go. Life only stops when you stop breathing. It is still time to be happy. Take control of your happiness. You are in charge of your happiness. Do what it takes to keep a smile on your face, because ain't nobody else gonna worry about it. And if they are, they wouldn't let you be miserable. They wouldn't allow you to be unhappy and depressed and crying. Love some.